breaking out, I'm breaking in. I just can't help this state I'm in. I'm on my way, y'all. So put your shades on, this light's so bright, it's blinding. I'm radiating love, I'm radiating love, I'm radiating love. Breaking free, I'm breaking ground. I can't explain this thing I found. The clouds have moved on. I got my groove on. This pep in my steps infectious. I'm radiating love. I'm radiating love. I'm radiating love. I've been stuck in a rut. I've been shit out of luck. I've been wondering what is up with me. And then I realized it's up to me to decide. I can just be radiating love. I'm radiating love. I'm radiating love. I'm radiating love.
There I am. Good morning, everyone. You are an irresistible magnet with the power to attract unto yourself everything, absolutely everything and anything that you desire. That's why we're here. That's why we are welcoming you to the New Thought Spiritual Center Sunday celebration. Happy summer. Here we are. Finally, the summer solstice has passed and we are officially in summer. How's summer for you? How's it going in this first week? This is the first week, the 7th day of summer. We're so happy that you are with us, that you are here radiating love. I can feel it. I can feel it out there that you're radiating some love. And we're so happy that you brought your consciousness to the consciousness of our community here at the New Thought Spiritual Center. For those who may be new to us, and every week we get 1 or 2 or sometimes 5 new people watching us here on Facebook or YouTube Live. What are we about? Who is the New Thought Spiritual Center? Who is this guy talking to you? Well, I'm Reverend Jay Willick. I'm the senior minister here. And let me show you a quick little video on what New Thought Spiritual Center is all about. Watch this. Our statement of principles, and each month we highlight one of our statement of principles. And this month, purpose. Our purpose statement: reveal the divinity in you. That is the entire purpose of this spiritual center and my ministry, is to reveal the divinity in you. It's already there. We just forget sometimes that it's there, and we just forget to reveal it in our lives. Our 2021 theme is awakening, and that's what we've been doing all year, is awakening to that divinity that is within us. And this month, in June, we've been authenticating it. And we'll talk a little bit about more of that later on. So now I'd like for all of us to step into our sacred space. We take this time early in the service and the celebration to step into the sacred space, not only around us, because it doesn't matter where you are, outside, inside, in your car, at our in-person services, wherever you are, you can create a sacred space of your own, because like it says here, all that sacred space is within you. So join me right now in stepping into your sacred space. Here we go. At this time, we enter into our sacred space, opening our heart and mind to awaken the highest and deepest part of our divine selves. We plant the seeds of our greatest adventure, nurturing them with the water of faith and the soil of spirit, calling into wisdom from ancient times to quantum science. We now transcend time and space into the grace, love, and power of the universe. So join me by closing your eyes if that's comfortable for you, or putting them into a soft focus. If they aren't already, put your feet on the ground. Let them touch and start to connect with Mother Earth. We're going to invite, we're going to bring forth that sacred energy from Mother Gaia, allowing it to come from the center of the planet up to the bottom and through the bottom of our feet, and allowing that energy to rise up through our legs, past our knees, vibrating up our thighs, and allow this energy to reach the base of your spine. Feel it vibrating there. And then allow that energy to just drop down back to the earth. You might visualize a rope, a string, a laser beam, a cord that grounds you to this very planet through the wonderful energy upon which we live. And as this energy revolves from the base of our spine up through our feet and back around, a circular, powerful motion. Let us take a deep breath through our noses. Hold it, 3, 2, and then slowly exhale through your mouth. 3, 2, and let's do that again. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it, 3, 2, 1, and exhale. As we breathe, we know that we allow God is. We allow that surround us to be of us, for we are of it. And as we exhale, we know I am that God. Inhale, God is. Exhale, I am. And as we allow the cosmic energy to rain down upon us from the universe and around us from the universe, allow this energy to vibrate, to glow like the sun's rays throughout our bodies, down our arms, out our fingers, washing over and around our hearts, finally connecting to that base of the spine where the Mother Gaia's energy is in its revolution, and allow all that to connect and vibrate and breathe. I return again today to the Radiance Sutras, translated by Lauren Roche. Nijadahi Sarvadikam Yudavai Avayet Viyat Narvakalpa Manava Asya Vyat Sarvam Pravartak. The radiance of space permeates the body, and as well all directions simultaneously. Space is always here, already here before you're noticing of it. Space, time, love, peace, the divine. Because space is a presence, permission to exist, and worlds within which to express. Without thinking about it, without forming mental images, rest, rest, rest in this vast expanse. Friends, best friends with infinity. Let's take a deep breath together. knowing this power, this presence, which we invited, which surrounds us, this energy, this power, that reveals its divinity through us, as us, with us. We allow it to express through us, for us, with us. In this moment of meditation, in moments of action, in moments of being, in all moments, we express love, grace, power, beauty, and wisdom gratefully all day. Let us together say, and so it is. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Slowly open your eyes. Come on back and join us again with eyes wide open, revealing the divinity in you. That's a lot of what this guided meditation is all about. Of course, it's about centering ourselves and grounding ourselves to that power of the planet and, of course, the power of the universe. But it's also about opening ourselves, awakening to the revelation of the divinity, the divine power that is within each and every one of us, that brings forth into our lives with that power, like I say in the beginning, anything and everything that we desire. Because we open ourselves and become consciously, we're already there, but we become consciously that irresistible magnet that I start the celebration with every week, that irresistible magnet that has the power to attract into our lives that which we have decided we desire. So let's hear more about this. Our guest this morning, our sacred reader this morning, is Caressa McElhaney, the great practitioner and Reiki master, and it goes on and on. Hi, how are you?
I'm doing good.
Oh, it looks so nice and wonderful there.
Yes, it's nice and green and festive.
Green and sunshiny and summery. Yeah. All right, I'll leave you to it, my friends. Caressa McElhaney.
All right. Okay. Let me see. I just have one question today for all of you. Have you made up your minds yet to live your absolute best life?
Oh.
Well, of course, Caressa, that's an easy one. I mean, why, when I have a choice, would I choose anything but my best life? And no, this is not a trick question. But if you answer yes, I guess that means that you have solidified your daily habits to include some sort of spiritual practice, some way of reaffirming on an ongoing basis that you are not only capable of creating your dreams, but you're taking active steps to do so, which means that you spend some time either visualizing or meditating or treating, whatever practice you like to do that solidifies and affirms your belief system. You spend time knowing the truth. You have decided what you want and you're taking steps to create it. And you're enjoying the process. You are looking forward to each day to see what it holds and how your greatness will show itself today. You're taking pleasure in life. And even when things are tough, you still remain true to your beliefs and give thanks for all you have. I am so glad to hear that, because enjoying the process is as important as doing it. I mean, if you're moaning about how difficult it is to create, then you have somehow missed the point. So I would like to read you a little something from one of my favorite books. It's called Emmanuel's Book. I'll show it to you right here. It's really an amazing book. I've talked about this before, but it is, Emmanuel is a ascended being who has been channeled by this woman, Pat Rodegast, and this is all about his take on reality. So what he says: celebrate your life, bring pleasure into it wherever you can, and see that pleasure as truth, not some secret sin. For you see, suffering is not the way to light and heaven. Pleasure is. Real pleasure, not false pleasure. And you all know the difference. You all know when you fail yourselves, you make yourself sick, you become destructive, then you know you have betrayed yourself. You and I, all of us, have a great deal of work to do, but it is not to be arduous. It is to be pleasure. And when it is not, please don't feel noble. Don't feel that somehow you're doing it right because it's difficult. Stop at the very moment the pleasure leaves and say, what have I forgotten? And if you're centered and in truth, the answer will be, oh, I've forgotten that I am God. Then you will take that remembering back into your human experience and you will dance again. So I love that reminder. Now I'd like to go ahead and read the affirmative incantation that Reverend Jay has written for all of us this week. It should be coming up on your screen. There it is. Okay. So say this with me if you like, out loud, or if you just want to listen and take it in, that's good too. I answer the call from Spirit to awaken to the beauty and power within. With this divine intention, I have the courage to think only clear, productive, and empowering thoughts, no matter what's going on. I certify that since I am the master of my thoughts, I am the healer of my body and the designer of my life. The truth confirms my wholeness. The truth attests to my spiritual perfection. The truth guarantees my success. And I verify this truth today. Ta-ta negativity. Goodbye old stories. Adieu junk thinking. I am my authentic, true, divine self right now. Excellent. I love that one. That is definitely one that you should keep and post on your bathroom mirror or someplace where you'll see it every morning, and remind yourself of that, because that is so, so helpful to just reaffirm to ourselves how magnificent we are, what we are capable of, and just that it is all possible. So I would like to go ahead and do a spiritual mind treatment, and close your eyes if that's comfortable, or just follow along with me, knowing this truth with me. I know right here and right now that life is glorious. Life is fantastic and wonderful and abundant and filled with so much joy, creativity, new things to explore, amazing discoveries of our own capabilities, our own self, and we just continue along this path. I know that right here, right now, that we make a decision that if we aren't on this path already, that we are going to step into that flow of just knowing the truth and affirming it every single day and creating the absolute best lives that we can for ourselves, and doing it joyfully, doing it gratefully, and knowing deep in our hearts, down at the very, very base of our belief system, that it is all possible. I'm so grateful to know this. I'm so, so grateful to be able to share my word here for myself and for each of you. And all I have to do now with that affirmation being spoken, being said, being believed, being spoken with absolute utter conviction, I simply let it go. I know that it is done in the mind of God, in the law, so we can release it and just be grateful. With that, we can all say together, and so it is.
From Apperheny Hall there. Wow, you are rocking it today.
All right.
Ma'am. Holy cow. You know, when I write those affirmative incantations, man, you know, I hear them in my head. Sometimes I speak them aloud, but you doing this one, whoo, that was powerful. Thank you so much.
Good.
Wow. Rocking it. Speaking of rocking it, we're going to move ourselves just a few feet over from where Caressa was to Apperheny Hall. And there at the Apperheny is the Right Here, Right Now band starring Steve Apperson, our own Steve Apperson, who has another fabulous song for us this month called Seize and Surrender. Let's watch.
How you're perceived and what you know. Never mind what you achieved or have far to remember. Life's for real and not for show. You have to appease all the dreams that you tender. To receive and fulfill the soul. Shine the light you own. Shine the light you own. When you look so fine, well scrambled and fine, all your books on the shelf. You can state what you know, negate what ain't so. Show me what's real, just be yourself. You have to seize and surrender from the resistance you hold. You must believe you are the defender of the rocky truth that has to roll. You have to relieve the role of pretender, silent offender who lives below. Shine the light that you own. Seize and surrender. Seize and surrender. You always have a say with your attitude and play, making good with your mind. Everyday gratitude paves the way. All you have to do is truth. Wake up and shine. You better seize and surrender. Allow your insightfulness to glow. You will conceive all that you render. Your life purpose, a dynamo. You have to appease all that you render. To receive and fill the soul. Shine the light that you own. And surrender the resistance that's taken hold. You now are free in the realm of the splendor, essence of spirit that must be told. You now can be the ambitious contender who's always fearless, luck and grow. Shine the light you own. Seize and surrender. Right here, right now, band. It's always happening here at Apperheny Hall. Back to you, Reverend.
So great. Isn't that a great new song? Oh, so great. I apologize if you heard me mumbling in the background there in the beginning. We were working on a little light going on, and I didn't know I was on live here, but what a great song. Seize and Surrender. That was Steve Apperson and the Right Here, Right Now band. Whew. So great. Have another song with them later on in our broadcast this morning. So all month we talked about authenticating it being God, the divine, the power and presence within. It's what we are awakening ourselves to all year, like I said in the beginning of the broadcast this morning. And we started off this month talking about that there is no secret being kept from any of us about the universe or how the law works. You may not have been taught that teaching or that philosophy that we speak of here, but the universe isn't keeping information on how it all works for members only. There is no members only here. Everyone gets to use it. Everyone has that power and reveals that power and that divinity in themselves all the time. So the secret is there is no secret. There are only tools to be discovered that enhance what you naturally know, what you've naturally been imbued with, even if you don't know that you know. So I want to let everyone know to not get sucked into what they would call clickbait titles or descriptions claiming there's a big secret that someone is about to reveal, because there is no big secret. And don't begin your day or your week or your month or your year thinking that you're starting in a deficit, because you have the greatest advantage in the universe. You have the advantage of the power and presence and energy of the Big Bang, for God's sakes. I also reminded you to look around, to use your senses as proof of the existence and the workings of the universe of divine intention and grace and power and wisdom going on. We can learn most, if not all, we need to learn from Mother Nature. And last week, I asked you to decide, which do you prefer? Or which do you work your innermost education, transformation, and transcendence through? Is it nature or nurture? And actually, if you were listening, you saw there was no choosing, because it's both. And this week, I want to stamp this month of authentication. I want to stamp it, boom, confirmed. Not just confirming the power and presence of the universal creative energy that's working within you right now, whether you choose to do it intentionally or not just confirming the knowledge to succeed and prosper is already innate in each and every one of us and discoverable through our senses and our imagination and our intellect, and especially through our heart-centered workings and feelings. And not just confirming that we don't have to go to the top of the mountain or the bottom of the sea to discover God and our godness, because we don't. And finally, not just confirming that nurturing our true nature leads us to manifestations of health, wealth, peace, and love. Because this week, we confirm our authentic selves. We stamp our passport. This is what we do. We stamp our passport to self-definition and self-determination. We stamp our decree of life, of being an expression of the divine. And we attest, verify, and certify, as Michael Singer said in The Untethered Soul. He said, the prerequisite to true freedom is to decide that you do not want to suffer anymore. You must decide, he says, that you want to enjoy your life and that there is no reason for stress, inner pain, or fear. So have you decided that yet? We have to make that decision. We have to purposefully make that decision and stamp that decision confirmed. How often, and I have to ask myself this sometimes, how often do you show up authentically? Ernest Holmes wrote, we are to see that spirit creates all things by the power of its word, and that we are spiritual beings. We are to hear that inner voice of truth. We are to hear that inner voice of truth, which is ever proclaiming the freedom of all life, the eternal unity of God with all. So no matter your profession, who you love, how you pray, where you live, how much formal education you have, how much money you have, what gender you are, how old you are, you weren't born to fit in. You were born to stand out. You were born to show your individualization. You were born to reveal the divinity in you that is similar to all, in that power and presence is within us, but it expresses itself in that individualization called you. God doesn't make mistakes. The divine spirit does not make mistakes. People do. And that's okay. And in fact, mistakes are teaching tools if you let them be. So regardless of what anyone says, your unique gifts have a purpose. And it's each of us, it's our responsibility to be our authentic selves, to live that purpose and express that purpose. The main purpose is revealing the divinity in you, revealing that individualized, that personalized divinity in you that makes you, you, that makes PJ her, that makes JJ. Now, expressing that authenticity might be annoying or unappetizing to some, but the more we express ourselves authentically, the more we will inspire others to do the same, even if those others find us annoying. This example shows them to be authentic themselves. Our unconditional love and acceptance for others who are expressing themselves authentically does not mean that we have to hang out with them, or vote for them, or like them at all. But appreciating one's authenticity and that of others brings a spiritual maturity into play in our lives and practice and an emotional maturity in our lives. In the Science of Mind book, it's written, as the inner light dawns, it delivers the outer life from bondage. This is in line with the teaching that everything is from within out. When the soul knows freedom, the law will free the body, and the outer life will express health, happiness, and success. All things work for our good. Even that which we call evil is salutary, leading us to the way, to the truth, to the life. Suffering should teach us a lesson which would cause us to refrain from making more mistakes that are equal to that word suffering. It carries a blessing with it when we learn how to garner knowledge from experience. Isn't that great? So true. When we are our authentic selves, when we are our divine self, we bring forth those lessons without stepping into suffering. Here's a question for you. If you were living a life of freedom, how would your life look? Now, don't get depressed about the answer and how it compares to the life you're living now, because then it seems like a wish unfulfilled, and it's not a wish unfulfilled. Take the answer that comes from that question and be encouraged, impassioned, inspired, motivated, and awakened by the answer as the first step to the fulfillment of that answer. See, that answer is your authentic self calling. So answer the call. Your soul's desire is ringing. Say with this with me right now. Are you ready? I made some slides for these. So Steve, will you bring those up? And if you can't see the slides because you're listening only and not watching the broadcast, just listen to them and allow these words to vibrate around your mind and, of course, in your heart. You ready? Here we go. I consciously and confidently live as my authentic self. Solid in self-respect and joy. Firm in my respect and kindness to others. Centered, grounded, and stable in my connection to nature and spirit, and bold and brave in my self-expression. Now listen to it one more time, and if you can say it with me, that's great. I consciously and confidently live as my authentic self, solid in self-respect and joy, firm in my respect and kindness to others, centered, grounded, and stable in my connection to nature and spirit, and bold and brave in my self-expression. Now you can take that and say it all week as well and add that to your affirmative incantation for the week. Or you could just say it for right this minute, right now. Know it right this minute, right now, so that it expresses itself and spreads out into your life. Don't be what the world wants you to be. Find and be your authentic self-definition. Find and reveal the divinity in you in your own personal, perfect way. It's never too late. It's never too late to express your passion for life, your authentic life. Look at these two people. Show you these two people on a slide. There you go. One is, you probably recognize both of them. One is Julia Child. Now, she worked in advertising, media, and secret intelligence, isn't that interesting, before stepping into her passionate self, writing her first cookbook when she was 50, which then, of course, launched her career as a celebrity chef. And next to her is Martha Stewart, who was a full-time model. And she turned 25. She became a mother. Modeling jobs started to get less and less. And she started working as a Wall Street stockbroker for about 5 years. And then she just was like, what is my true purpose in life? Well, she had a love of gourmet cooking and creative presentation. And she created that empire called Martha Stewart Living Omni Media. Amazing. And how about these two? Vera Wang, she's there at the left on top. Vera Wang was a figure skater and a journalist. And then at the age of 40, she stepped into her passion, into her authentic self, and became one of the world's premier women designers. And next to her there in the black and white photo, you may not know, is Grandma Moses, Anna Mary Robertson Moses, who didn't begin her prolific painting career until she was 78 years old. Before that, she was a housekeeper and a farm laborer, and then discovered her authentic self, her true passion. Now her paintings sell for $1 million or more. Grandma Moses, 78 she started. And finally, I want to show you these three people, actually. One is Takechiro Mori. He was an academic who, at the age of 51, decided, you know what? I really like this idea of real estate. And that he started doing that at 51 years old, buying real estate. He was a teacher before that. And that made him into, in the early 90s, he was the richest man in the world. He was worth $13 billion. And he didn't even start this expression of his true self until he was 51. And that couple there is Tim and Nina Zagat. Both of them were corporate lawyers, big-time corporate lawyers living in Paris with these prestigious law firms. And in their late 30s, they turned their personal passion of favorite restaurants into a list. They had this list that they kept. And that was a list of Parisian restaurants, and later on became New York restaurants. And finally, they decided, hey, why don't we share this? Why don't we turn our lives into this passion we have for restaurants? And they started publishing this collection of short and there was a star rating review of restaurants, and they became a world famous culinary authority of restaurants in the Zagat Guide. Amazing. So what are your hidden or maybe not so hidden passions waiting for your authenticity to emerge? What are they? You know. I know you know what they are. Even if you say you don't, you do. They're there. Maybe you've submerged them or something, but they're, we all get caught up in that box of our degrees, of our jobs, what the family expected or expects from us, what we expected or expect from us, or that word retiree. You know, that comes with a whole shebang of stuff. And sometimes we take that word retiree and we don't get into our passions. We just don't go to a work. So now is the time to commit to showing up authenticity, and choose the life that we want to live, that we've always dreamed of. Because doing so in your life will inspire others to follow. And by you being an example of this unconditional love and acceptance of a life of spirit expressing itself as you will inspire others to do that for themselves. And that will make a better world of unity, peace, love, and joy, because there will be more happiness and joy in this world. And then that authenticates the divine in us all, because we're working it. We're working that revelation of the divinity that is within us. So stamp your authentic life confirmed. And fly, my friends. Fly. Thank you so much. Namaste. Let us place our hands on our hearts and together declare our love offering blessing. Divine love consecrates my gift. It goes forth to heal, prosper, and bless. It is evidence of my conviction that God is the source and substance of my supply. I joyously contribute to the vision of my spiritual center, knowing that it returns to me multiplied abundantly. And so it is. Amen. Hallelujah. Thank you for your blessed love offerings. And your blessed love offerings are super extra gigantic, enormous, important right now, and I'll tell you a little bit about that when we get to our announcements. We're on social media, by the way, lots of places, including TikTok and these places right here. Yeah, we're all over the place. That's You can find a blog of this talk. You can find the video of this talk. And of course, it goes out on our Monday or Tuesday e-blast. If you're not a member of our newsletter, send me your email address. You can messenger me here on Facebook, or you can send it to me at ntsc@NewThought-SC.org. That's NTSC@NewThought-SC.org. Or you can just go to the website and there's a little button, one of the many buttons you can push there on our website, NewThought-SC.org. So let me talk about some announcements, and that's what I was foreshadowing there at our gracious giving time. On August 8th, we will be returning to in-person Sunday celebrations. August 8th, which is the second Sunday in August, and I'll tell you more, and there'll be more information in our e-blasts about where that will be. And same time, it'll be 10 a.m. on a Sunday starting August 8th, and we are so thrilled to be able to have you all back in person. There are so many people that I haven't gotten to hug, or that all of us, because we've all been, the board has been talking about it, haven't been able to hug in a year and a half or more. So we're so thrilled to have you all back starting August 8th, and you'll love the place that we found. As you saw scrolling on the bottom, those were the credits for our broadcast today. Steve Apperson is our director, and we were so happy to have a brand new song from Steve this week, and all those others that passed by telling you where we received a lot of our video from the videos I edited and created, et cetera, et cetera. And of course, a big thanks to Josh Sterling Manley for the great song that is part of our countdown before we begin every Sunday. Radiate, radiate, yeah. So let's step into a spiritual mind treatment. After we're done with that, we'll go directly back to the Apperhini and have our second and final song before we close our broadcast this morning. And that song is called Beat of Your Soul, written by Steve Apperson, performed by the Right Here, Right Now band. So before we get there, let us close our eyes. If it's comfortable for you, keep them at a soft focus. If not, or keep them wide open and take a deep breath with me. Let it out through your mouth. Let's do that wonderful energy creator. Take your hands, put them together, rub them together very fast. Here we go. Oh, feel that. Feel the warmth, feel the heat, feel the friction, feel God expressing itself in you right here, right now. And stop and slowly spread your hands apart and feel that energy of the divine, of the universe expressing itself in you, as the authentic of you, right here, right now. Put one on your heart, put one at the forehead, between your eyes, those energy centers, those chakras, knowing that the divine is here and right now. That right here, right now, it is expressing and revealing itself in each and every one of us. And in this revelation, we allow its power to transform whatever needs to transform, to transcend whatever needs to transcend, so that we sit, we stand, we walk, we talk, we be, we think, we feel as our authentic selves. That authentic self, that is an expression that individualizes this universal power. This universal power that wants to express exactly like you do, exactly like I do, and all others. Human, animal, plant, mineral, all are expressing this revelation that we call divine spirit, the power and the presence, God. whatever we call it, it is expressing itself, its love, its power, its peace, its beauty, its word in each and every one of us. And it is now and forevermore that we express it as ourselves individually and authentically, bringing forth into our life that peace, power, and presence, out picturing it in the manifestations that we desire in our lives, the adventure, the love, the peace of mind, the new this or that, the travel, the living life to its fullest. We do that now. We allow that now. We awaken to that right here and now. And with that power and presence and beauty and love and joy, we can appreciate this revelation that is happening and have great gratitude for it. For it is in our lives, exploding with wonderment. And so I release this word to the universe that says yes, to the universe that is revealing itself within each and every one of us. And together we say, and so it is. Hallelujah. Ashe. Amen. Thank you, everyone. Have a most blessed and fabulous week. And we'll see you next Sunday right here at the New Thought Spiritual Center Sunday celebration. Namaste.
Sometimes it seems like nothing matters to how you feel, to the way things are. Feel uptight, anxious, and a bit scattered. Dreams that once felt so near now seem a little bit far. Every day can offer you adventure, infinite wisdom and true thoughts that can be. You can unearth all your buried treasure, the shocking of your own reality. Check it out, yeah. Every day now you can make the difference to how the world turns, tosses and spins. You can touch countless lives by being insistent and allow the best of life to begin. Don't have to search far for any answers to make you feel real complete. Oh, oh, oh. You don't have to chase the wrath of rapture. You have it right there, you're under your hot air. Let it flow. Follow the beat of your soul. Just let it unfold. Peel away the armor of discomfort, that unease and tension you like to control. Timelines and deadlines will unskew your sight line between the spine line, being younger or old, so stretch. Every now and then we may need to tune up and tune in to a tone that's taut and tame. Allow the fleeting life for a learning lesson. No second guessing any love we can reclaim. Don't always have to be in a hurry, caught up in a worry that will terrify your toe. Easy to deflect, absorb and scurry within the flurry that will overwhelm its soul. Follow the beat of your soul. Gotta let it unfold. Serious original unfiltered love. 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 Serious, original, unfiltered love. Serious, original, unfiltered love.